Just gone through security at Heathrow Terminal 5, and now we're gonna get a coffee. Had about an hour's sleep. So the main focus of this pilgrimage is religious art. I think that's kind of what has drawn me to it, because in the Catholic understanding of religious art, it has a transformative power. It's recognized that images are what transform the soul, and that there is a transformative power of images. I'm not going to make this dichotomy too often because I don't think it's that helpful, but in general, Catholicism has a better understanding of this transformative power of images than versus Protestantism, where it is mostly about words and about believing certain words, which, you know, coterminous with the printing press, there's a lot of value that comes from that. And I think what I'm learning is to balance the left and right brain approach to faith. Yeah, that's what this pilgrimage is about for me. Okay, it's time to go. We're gonna pray so much this week. So much praying. We are getting on the plane now. Are you excited? Are you excited, Ade? Yeah? Okay.
I'm beside.
Catholic adventure. It's gonna be amazing.
Because we can't live and we like.
Sorry. Oh, it's Mother Sunday today. Hello. Look at that. We are here. We are in Rome. It's exciting. It is sunny. We're just going to get our bags, and then we're going to go to the convent where we're going to be staying. Welcome to Rome, Italy. So exciting. Ugh.
7 people inside, other with me. With you. I'd like to tell you that there is a pizza somewhere here. It's a little hole in the wall. This is Franciscan Church.
Last year,
Because
Is that convent as well?
Yeah, it's convent. There's a lot of convents here.
This is a butt washer. Like, they've got like the jet. I've never seen one of these in real life before, but I'm definitely going to try that out. So yeah, we are here at the convent, and I think we are going straight to a mass. Dropped our bags, and we're all running on like 2 hours of sleep or less. But yeah, here we go. Starting the whole week now. So yeah, we are staying at the convent of the Sisters of the Holy Family of Nazareth, and it is beautiful in here. So we are entering the. Well, we're going to go to the underground train to for our first stop on the pilgrimage. Can't remember what it is. Do you remember what the...
No, she's gonna say it.
Okay. It's on the itinerary, but very few of us have read the itinerary. This is the Eternal City. Been here for almost 3,000 years. Look at that. It's gonna be quite a view when we get to the top of these stairs. They were commissioned by the Pope of past centuries. And look at this. Wow. So this one's got something to do with St. Augustine? Saint Monica. Okay. It's almost 6 o'clock on Monday, day 2 of the Rome pilgrimage. We're just gonna have breakfast now, and then today we are heading over to see St. Peter's Basilica. Basically, Rome and the Roman Catholic Church reveres St. Peter, and they really gravitate towards St. Peter, much like the Protestant Church gravitates towards St. Paul. We're apparently going to see a church built on the site where St. Peter was crucified. So, that is what's on the itinerary today. San Giovanni, walk to Santa Maria Maggiore, and yeah, it's going to be good. Feeling pretty good, despite the lack of sleep. I mean, obviously, you know, we had a 21-hour day yesterday, and then we're getting up at 5:30 the next day. It's just a bit extreme, but in a way, it kind of adds to the spiritual dynamic of the whole journey. You know, it's we are forgoing the usual comforts of being fed on time and sleeping enough to kind of go after something a bit more substantial. Yeah, it's all good.
Yes, in the room. Okay. You have a good sleep? Oh, yes, very good. Good.
So today, as we prepare to go see these sites, I'm just being made aware of mindsets and presuppositions that I might need to set aside to fully engage with the art. And yeah, just want to pray that I do that. Okay, so we're just on our way to the station, and then through to St. Peter's Basilica, pretty much on the other side of the city. Be quiet at this time of day, and it's kind of surreal because, you know, Rome is usually like known for its crowded streets, but yeah, this is really nice. Oh wow, we are approaching the plaza just up there. If I'm not mistaken, this is the Basilica of the Universal Welcome. So the colonnades, I'll show you later, but they represent the universal embrace of the church.
This is very rare situation where you can see it all open without crowds, and that's why we are here so early as well. Now, we starting Mass at 8 o'clock. We need to get through, and it's also going to be really good to be here early.
So we're in St. Peter's Basilica. It's massive, and I almost don't want to film in here because it's such a reverent space, so I'm not going to very much. But I'll just say you can really feel a sense of like history and long-standing tradition in here, and it's very humbling. So Elvira, our guide, has kind of just given us a bit of alone time, which has been really good. Before that we just went and had a mass at the altar of Pope John Paul, or Saint John Paul II, not Pope anymore because he's been promoted to heaven. And that was a very powerful experience, not because of the altar or anything, but it's just invoking that sense of vocation and that God chooses people. And I think that's what the whole kind of motif of St. Peter, really, who built the church, which was his vocation. He really kind of offers, by his example, that God has given everyone a vocation and that they can take it up with great desire and great sacrifice. So I'm just kind of thinking about that right now. Yeah, we weren't allowed to film, obviously, the tomb of St. Peter, but that was, you know, really powerful. Like Saint Peter from the Bible, like, is buried there. I never thought I'd see that in my life, and I don't really want this to be like a touristy vlog. I'm trying not to make it that, but I would highly recommend coming to spend some time here if possible, if you are a Christian at all, because it's very grounding to see where the tradition has come from and to just see the very transformative art that is here. Why is it so empty here? There's way less people here.
Yeah, because it's. Look, they're there. People inside, maybe.
Okay, so this is St. Paul's Basilica.
Yeah, of course, St. Peter's is there.
Yeah,
Because St.
that's
Peter's-
the main.
That's the main.
That's the Pope's house. This is the front. So as you can see, Peter is always with keys, and Paul always has a sword. Yeah. So that was St. Paul's Basilica. It is said that you can't really be, or we owe a lot of universalism, cosmic salvation to St. Paul because of his revelation of the Christ on the road to Damascus. We owe unitive consciousness in Christianity to Paul and Peter, but Paul writes about it more extensively. So yeah, I had a few grateful moments for that at his grave where he's buried here. Just went inside the Santa Maria Maggiore. I'm not really doing justice to it from this side of it. There's two big domes on the other side. So this is the third basilica we've been to today, and it is dedicated to Our Lady, the Blessed Virgin Mary. So just back at the convent. Went to the supermarket, went to a hole-in-the-wall pizza place, had some pizza for lunch, which was good. Now we fortunately are getting some much needed siesta time, or I might use it to just journal a bit. Yeah, really good visit at Santa Maria Maggiore. Really I just had another read of Revelation 11. Actually, it's a depiction of Mary. I don't know why I never saw that before, but very beautiful, you know, with the sun crowning her and the moon under her feet. It's really, I don't know what to say about it. It's like, it was a new perspective for me of why the Catholic Church reveres Mary. And I would say my perspective on it is that she is not divine in the same way as God, but she is well on her way to, or further along the path than people now, or like people in this life. So, something I am enjoying about the trip so far is our guide Elvira. As we go to each site, she is encouraging us to not only think about the historical facts of each building and each piece of art, but she is actively encouraging us to engage with the art and with the buildings in a non-rational, and she used those words, like in a non-rational, engaging kind of way, and just allowing God to speak to the viewer, allowing God to speak to us as the viewer, just through the Holy Spirit, and I find that really good. at the beginning, that's kind of what I said this trip was about, allowing images to transform and in a way that words can't. So yeah, that's what's been really good about this trip so far. So we're on the fourth basilica of today. This is San Giovanni Laterano, which is basically dedicated to both Johns, John the Baptist and John the Evangelist, although officially it is the Father Church of the world. So it's actually dedicated to Jesus Christ as well as like the main, but John are the co-patrons. Both Johns are the co-patrons. And the Pope used to live here before he moved over to the Basilica of or next to St. Peter's Basilica when this one was burned in the 1700s at some point. So yeah. So I think we're allowed to film in here. Just on the walls there are depictions of the life of Constantine, first Christian emperor of the now Holy Roman Empire, or of the then Holy Roman Empire. And I guess myself and a lot of other Christians can feel quite conflicted about the role of Constantine in Christianity. On the one hand, Christianity basically became the official religion, the message became quite diluted to suit empire, and that is the side that is typically emphasized in my life and deconstruction and things like that. But on the other hand, now that I'm here and seeing all of this, there is the side of it that saved Christianity from being extinguished by all of the persecution and in a sense, maybe the Holy Spirit would not have let it be extinguished, but in another sense, the religion that we have been handed down, for better or worse, is because it was preserved by the institution of the Catholic and Orthodox Church. And in part, Emperor Constantine played a role in that preservation. So in that sense, we owe him the part he played in the preservation of the Catholic faith. I don't know how I did this, but obviously that is the front entrance. So we've got Jesus Christ up there, and then St. John and St. John on the other sides. So, correction, this is the Mother Church of the world. This is the Mother Church of the world. This is the primary church that the Catholic faith operated out of, and it was built originally. It's been redone many times, but it was originally commissioned by Emperor Constantine, who was the first Christian emperor. And you can feel, especially walking through with the statues of the apostles on the other side of you can just feel the story. You can really, and you can see how the Western mind and psyche has just been formed, for better and for worse. Catholicism is so deeply rooted in the way we understand the world today. Yeah, it's quite profound being here. I find myself forgiving Christianity for what it lacks, and I find myself focusing on what it has given the world. And I find this whole place just engages your non-rational mind with the art and the pictures. So that's what I'm trying to do, basically. It's hard at first, but after today, it's been getting a lot easier. I think this is the main difference that Catholics have between Protestants. I said I wouldn't use that dichotomy too much because I don't think it's helpful, but the ability to engage the non-rational mind Yeah, it is a privilege and a gift of the way the Catholic faith has been built. I find myself praying more than a couple of weeks ago and even a week ago, and I find myself asking my guardian angel to help me discern things. And in terms of my spirituality, that's quite a big leap forward, because in a sense it's been quite a downhill slide. But there seems to be some reconstruction going on, and it's good, and it's very hopeful and non-threatening. So yeah. Alright, that's the end of day 2. Tomorrow we are going to the Sistine Chapel, among other things. We are going to the Jesuit church, which is going to be really good. Good night, Amparo. Can do it. It's great. We just had like a reflection time. People just sharing really profound things, really personal revelations. It's been amazing.